Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Cliff and this is Cliff's Dark Gems. Today I'm going to be giving a very brief update on my February TBR, and then I'm going to be talking about a brand new readathon that I'm joining from Kat's Novel Adventures. See you soon. First of all, I have to say that I've been feeling kind of depressed over the last 3 days, and I blame it on this book. We Need to Talk About Kevin, which is a very heavy, disturbing read. Let me just tell you what it's about again. I think I did mention in my TBR, but it's about Kevin, who massacres 7 of his classmates, a cafeteria worker, and a teacher that was only trying to help him. Now, this book is heavy in so many ways. First of all, it's very difficult to read, literally. When you actually start reading it, the language is very challenging. It's a series of letters that Eva writes to her husband Frank, and it's bloated. There are words there that perhaps will drive some people off, unless they actually want to sit there with a dictionary. And this slows down the narrative to the point where some people will just give up. However, I pushed through it, and I'm enjoying the book. But as I say, it's a very difficult, dark, disturbing read. Eva's writing all these letters to her husband in the present day, which is 2 years after the event takes place. She's miserable. She can't go out in public without, she can't even buy some milk or eggs without having a problem with the people around her. And she's also had a lawsuit slapped on her, as one of the parents actually blames her for negligence, and that's a bit of a problem as well for her. The other part of the letters are looking back on Eva's relationship with Frank, and looking at their lives, and looking at how they met, and how different they were as people. And it's a difficult book, because at times you feel like a little bit of admiration for Eva, and at times you just don't feel for her at all. She's not a likable character, but then again, at times, neither is Frank. And this book just builds tension close to the birth of their child, and it's a heavy read. Even the descriptions of the birth and this whole idea of nature versus nurture is explored in this book. I haven't read very far yet. I'm not even halfway through, but I will keep slogging on. I'm determined to finish this book. Because I'm enjoying it. It's very dark. I'm not a parent myself, but if you are a parent, I think this would be even more disturbing for you. But anyway, we need to talk about Kevin. And now for something that is completely different, and that's making me smile. Kat from Kat's Novel Adventures, a channel that I'll link below, has started a readathon about fairy tales, folklore, and I'm joining in. Now there are 8 prompts based on different readings of fairy tales and folk tales, and the first one is read a folk tale. I've decided to focus on Africa, and I'm going to look at an African folk tale that I found online. All of these questions you can do, as she mentioned in her channel. You can actually find things online that are free. So I'm going to read an African folk tale called Lion and Jackal, and that's pictured up there. Second, you need to read a Hans Christian Andersen story, and I've chosen Constantine Soldier, and that's from my very old book, Hans Christian Andersen, Fairy Tale. Number 3, read a story from the Brothers Grimm, and I found something that looks very interesting, not any of their usual stuff. Called The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids, which I'm going to read. I might read more of these stories, and I might actually come back to you with ones that I like better, but this is what I've chosen for now. Then, for number 4, Fables. Now, I used to absolutely love Rudyard Kipling and his Just So stories. how did the leopard get its spots? But the one I'm going to be reading is how the elephant got its trunk. And I might read how the leopard got its spots and a range of different ones, and I'll present them to you. Number 5, a retelling of a fairy tale. And I've chosen something very dark. This is from Neil Gaiman, Smoke and Mirrors, and he does this very dark, scary, horrific retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So this is going to be my choice to this. Okay, for number 6, the prompt is to read a fractured fairy tale. I think which means that something that is completely reworked. It could be humorous, it could be dark. And one of my favorites from my childhood is Roald Dahl's Revolting Rhymes. And I'm going to be, and I think I'm actually going to read some of these live as well. I'm going to be looking at the story Cinderella by Roald Dahl. For number 7, I have to read a fairy tale from another country. Now I've got this gorgeous book, Folk and Fairy Tales from Bohemia, and these are from Czechoslovakia, and I chose a very, very unique sounding story called The Dragon in the Well. But once again, I think I actually might read one or two and actually decide on, between one or two of them. And finally, number 8, watch a movie. Now, I could choose the fun side of it, and then I would go for Puss in Boots, the Antonio Banderas, or I could go very dark with a movie called The Tale of Two Sisters, which is a horror movie, but it's based, sort of loosely based on an old Asian fairy tale. And so I'm still deciding. Maybe you can let me know in the comments below which one of those two I should choose. This is a horror channel after all. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching. That's all I've got time for today. This is going to be such a pleasant change from this depressing book. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and to comment in the comment section below. What do you think of my choices for fairy tales? And are you part of this readathon? And please look forward to my video tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a countdown on my top 10 favorite subgenres of horror. And until then, keep those pages turning. Cheers.